We would appear to have a wasp's nest in the eaves of our house, kind of around there-ish. So obviously the sensible thing to do is to call a pest control company. Time to make a sharp exit because these wasps are getting very angry.
$29.99, what could possibly go wrong?
Look at them all just dropping out. Oh my word. In all seriousness, this is not a job I recommend doing yourself. You can get into all sorts of bother. If the wasps get angry while you're up a ladder and you panic, you could easily fall to your death. But for various reasons, I've decided I am going to tackle this myself, and I'll explain why in a minute. So I'm not sure if you can see, but they are just kind of above that window, just there. And I've got a good idea of how they're getting in. So they are kind of here in the back bedroom, which is really annoying because I've already taken a wasp's nest out of there when we were renovating the property. So it's really quite minging because if I hold the microphone up against the ceiling, but at night time you can hear them munching away, whatever they're doing up there. And if we have a look outside, oh man, it's absolute M25 for wasps up here. There's a lot of them. So as I say, please pay a professional to do a job like this. The reason I'm not is since access is a little bit tricky up on the roof there. I don't want to run the risk of any of the roof tiles getting broken. And more importantly, I'm going to have to get up there at some point anyway to fix the roof to stop this problem from happening again in the future. More about that later on. But anyway, before I start anything, I think I best get up into the loft and see if any of the wasps have made it up into there. Now, I could just wait for the nest to go dormant in a few weeks' time, because in this part of the world anyway, wasps' nests tend to die off in the winter, so that would be a much easier solution. But there's been a bit of a plot twist. I headed up into the loft and there was like 4 or 5 wasps flying about, and I thought, well, I'll head up there with my trusty Henry Hoover and I'll get rid of those. And then I noticed that you could actually see the top of the wasp's nest down in the eaves from in the loft. So I thought, oh, well, maybe I can kind of get the Hoover nozzle down into it and hoover up a few more wasps. To cut a long story short, I sucked up about 500 wasps from the loft side, but they overpowered me and I had to make a sharp exit. Basically, they were kind of escaping around the edges of the nozzle, and eventually I just had to run. So for now, the loft is completely out of bounds because there's about 1,000 really angry wasps up there, and I've just had to tape up the nozzle of poor Henry, who is stuck with about another 500 extremely angry wasps inside there. In the meantime, my son is going out of his mind with the relentless chewing sounds that the wasps making directly above his bed. So I think it's time to go shopping. So, wasp nest killer. We'll have one of them. We'll get some powder as well, £8.36, and I guess we need some sort of bee suit. 150 quid? Don't think so. $29.99, what could possibly go wrong? Let's have a look at the totally legit reviews. Bees penetrated the cloth material to bite. We'll just dismiss that one. One wasp put up a real good fight. He swung left, he swung to his right, then he dove in for the jab. Got blindsided by the spray though. Not robust enough. Quite a few people are saying you need to size up, otherwise it's a bit too small. Extra large will be fine. What could possibly go wrong? £56.30. Right, here goes nothing. Oh yes, game on. I mean, what could possibly go wrong here? I don't really see what the risk could even be in a situation like this. Oh, I bought some of this as well. Some Raid, like, killer spray. Hey, this doesn't actually look that bad. It's not a fancy dress costume, as Mrs. Mac said it would be. I mean, yeah, it's not the thickest fabric in the world, but yeah. Oh look, it's raining. Brilliant. So folks, here's the plan, and I don't really see what could possibly go wrong. First of all, I need to wait until the weather's dried out a bit. Then I'm going to get all suited up and get onto that roof directly above my head. Bearing in mind, I've only got a vague idea where the wasp's nest actually is, but I'm going to remove one roof tile and hope that I find the entrance to the nest, squirt some of that poison stuff in it, leave it for a couple of days. If I do get attacked while I'm up there, I've got the tins of raid to hand. Come back, check the wasp's nest's dead. Hopefully by then all of the wasps that are going mental in the loft will have died. And then finally, when I know the wasps are definitely gone, I can get back up there and fix the roof so that the wasps will never come back ever again. Right, promise not to laugh. So the gloves, I've got double elasticated, so Mrs. Max put an elastic band over that section, and it's elasticated there, and it's elasticated under there, so nothing should be able to get in over my gloves. Elasticated pants around my wellies, everything's sealed. Wish me luck. Probably the hardest bit is trying to film this for you guys, but most of them are getting in under that tile just there. I need to set the camera up. The wasps are starting to get a little bit intrigued as to what's going on. They're all round here, so it's got to be this tile. Ah, they're getting under there. Brilliant. Starting to get angry. Here he goes. Oh, where are they? Can't see the nest. So that's a bit annoying. I cannot see the nest entrance there. Okay, fine. Let's kill some of these. Must just be further up there. Right, leave it at that. It's not as many wasps as I thought there would be. That's quite a lot. Try and show you. The trouble is, if they're getting in further up the roof, I was hoping you would be able to see the entrance to the nest there, but you can't. But they've been getting in, like, probably through this gap here, to be honest. The old guttering clip there. I'm tempted to put a little bit more stuff around where that gutter clip is. Trying to do this while holding a camera. It's a little bit tricky. Yep. Right, that'll do. Honestly, the most dangerous part's been getting up and down this ladder holding a camera. Well, that could have gone a lot worse. I'm not completely covered in wasps. Plot twist, on the basis that not that many wasps seem to be coming out the front of the nest, I'm going to poke my head up into the loft for the first time since we angered the wasps a couple of days ago. There's a few, but not many. Probably being attracted to the light. Okay, on the basis that I'm suited and booted, I'm going to get up here. And I'm going to try to kill the nest from above as well, because I can't see the nest properly from below. I can't get access to it. But I can see it from up here. So, here goes nothing. Again, I'll try my best to film it, but this isn't easy. Right, the trouble is, I need to get down there. Nearly there. I want to try and get the camera set up somewhere so you can see what I can see. Preferably somewhere where the camera's not going to be on the road. So, they're absolutely going crazy now. They are coming out just over there in that corner. That's where I need to get to, and I don't think I can get the camera there very easily. Let's move a few more boxes. Right, that's a bit better. Right, wish me luck. Try not to kneel on the wasps. There it is. There. Should do it. See if I can show you the top of the nest. It's just there. You can see that. Time to make a sharp exit because these wasps are getting very angry. Trying not to kneel on them. There you go. Bye bye wasps. Nearly fell down the ladder. We're good. I'm going to leave the loft light on because if the wasps get attracted out the loft side, they're much more likely to go through the poison. Well, wasn't easy, but I haven't been eaten by wasps, which is kind of nice. I'm absolutely lathered. I'm so hot. It's amazing. Suit did really well. Well impressed. No stings at all. Not that I felt anyway. We'll leave it for a bit now. I did try and hold my breath up there as much as possible because this raid stuff's probably not the best of stuff to inhale. But man, it kills the wasps very, very quickly. Obviously I need to put the roof tiles back and we've got the whole sarking felt thing to sort out, but we'll come back in a couple of days and see how they're doing. We are 2 days on now, and the good news is that there is no sign of any wasp activity whatsoever. I did see one single wasp earlier on this morning, but now there is literally nothing. So really the next thing I want to do is get up into the loft and kind of tidy things up from that side. But before I do that, I want to block up this hole, otherwise wasps are just going to get back in again. And by the way, there was no bad weather forecast and I thought I would be safe leaving these 4 tiles off. As it was, we ended up getting hit with biblical rain and some random storm that came from nowhere. And obviously as part of what I've done here, I've damaged the sarking felt, which I'm going to be fixing later on, and I'm going to be fitting eaves protectors as well, which I'll save for a future video, so do hit subscribe if you want to see what that's all about. But in the meantime, we've got biblical quantities of rain coming down off the roof, settling on the damaged felt here, going straight through, running over the top of the soffits, and straight down and into the bedroom on the inside of the window. And oh my word, I've just seen all the dead wasps. Wow. That's a lot of wasps. Now, interestingly, I noticed one of these tiles wasn't sitting very well, and we do have a damaged batten here that's completely rotten. Now, bearing in mind, most of these battens are absolutely solid. Considering this roof is, what, 100 years old or whatever, they've not done bad. But I'm going to save fixing this for a future video. As I say, when we do the eaves protectors, I'll fix any battens that need repaired at the same kind of time. I don't want to get into that at the minute because we'll be here all day, although I will get that out the road. I'll tell you what, I'll shove it back up there. What's left of it, it's just completely rotten, that one. What should we do with all this? That's old chimney soot, that is. That's how old this roof is. How far are these wasps going along? They are definitely mostly around here. So this has to be the access point. So I think really the poison's done its job quite well. I am absolutely minging now. So all I'm going to do in the meantime, until I get a chance to sort this properly, is I've just made these little bracket things, and I think if I fit that over there, I can then always put a little bit of cork around the bottom or something. I don't think wasps can get round the bottom of that anyway, but it just fills that gap and it'll stop any future kind of invasions. Otherwise, when I clear this nest out, they're just going to come back again, aren't they? Probably shouldn't really touch this stuff with my fingers, but I'm just going to kind of smoosh it into the holes that wasps would try and go through. It's kind of a bit of a gooey mess now. In hindsight, I wish I'd put the tiles back, but I thought I was going to be filming this update imminently after some dry weather, and no such luck. You get the general idea. That'll do. That's that hole blocked up. Shove the tiles back on. I mean, that hole's not great, it's just because of that damaged batten, but once that batten's fixed, that'll be fine. It's not going to go anywhere, it'll be fine for now. It's probably been like that for about 50 years. So there's no real sign of any wasp activity up here at all now. A lot of dead wasps. I'm still being cautious. I don't think I need to be suited and booted, but I do have a long sleeve top on, so if a few wasps do fly out, I can like pull my sleeves down, and I've got the raid spray, and that just kills them pretty much straight away. Although I would only really suggest using that as a last resort, because I don't think it's very healthy to breathe in. But you know, I think that was quite a big nest. There was an awful lot of wasps that I hoovered up before I even started with the poison, and now, well, I reckon there must have been about, what, 2,000 wasps in that, I would have said. Oh my word, they're absolutely everywhere. Yeah, they are everywhere. If you want to buy quality carpenter's pencil, by the way, get yourself on the Gosforth Handyman shop. My absolute favourite carpenter's pencils, these ones, which is why I invested in them. Now, the final bit that I'd like to do, and it's probably the riskiest bit at the minute, is that I would like to hoover the nest out from above, because ultimately there needs to be like a free flow of air into the loft for ventilation and things like that. And at the moment, that wasp's nest is blocking that flow of air. Now, I have seen the odd wasp, and I think that is because, now I'm no wasp expert, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but at the end of the day, there's going to be wasp larvae in the nest still, and whether or not that larvae is alive or dead, but they may hatch out and you're going to get the odd straggler kind of flying about, a little bit homeless, wondering what to do. Ultimately, they'll still get killed by the poison, but because they've been probably protected inside the nest a little bit, they're not dead yet. I don't know, if you are a pest control expert, please post down in the comments below to let us know if that's correct. But I have seen the odd stray wasp, and I'm assuming that's where they're coming from. So, as I say, I'm just going to pull some of this insulation back, and there's still the odd little wasp around. Hopefully no wasps have come out. There's still wasps in there, like, wow. I can hear them flying up into Henry. I'm gonna have to be careful. Not many, I don't think. They're obviously not in a very, they're looking a bit kind of tired and half dead, so there's quite a few there, but they're not coming out. They're obviously like a little bit dazed. I'm tempted to put more poison in that, actually. As I say, I think these are young wasps that can't even fly yet because they're not doing anything. But we'll put a bit extra stuff in. Sorry, wasps. And for now, I'm leaving it at that. I think we are done. They're not really even attempting to fly out. Quickly get that one. Tell you what, there's still shenanigans afoot in there. Like, I'll try and get the mic a bit closer without getting stung, because there's still a lot of wasps in that nest. Listen to this. I mean, they're not in a good way, but I'm still going to be fairly cautious around that. I'm going to leave that for, well, another week or so, I think, just to be on the safe side, because it's not harming, and I've still got the roof to sort anyway. Look at them all just dropping out. Oh, my word. That is just minging. So, folks, I think we can call that a success. As I say, don't try this at home. Get the experts in. Everything I've done in this video is very risky, but I've kind of explained my reasons for doing it. If you are wanting to tackle a project like this and you're wanting to know what products I've used and you want a bit of a refresher, don't worry, you don't have to remember everything that's in this video. As per usual, I've written an article on the Gosforth Handyman website, link in the description below, that has a full breakdown of what I did, links to all the products I used, and I'll also keep it up to date with any kind of future updates on this particular wasp issue that we had. So as I say, if you want to know the latest version of events, link down in the description. If you want to see all the stuff about fitting the eaves protectors and preventing this problem from ever happening again in the future, do hit subscribe and you can see the next video kind of in this series when I make it. If you do know more about this subject and you want to enlighten everyone, in case you live in a part of the world where you can't get someone in to tackle a job like this and you've got to do it yourself, do enlighten us all. Please post down in the comments below with any tips or suggestions. Certainly correct me if I've done anything that I shouldn't have done other than tackle the job in the first place. And other than that, that just leaves me with one more thing to say. Look after each other, be nice to one another. We shall see you next time. Tatty bye.